Malawi Relief Fund UK is continuing its emergency response to Cyclone Freddy-induced disasters. Malawi Relief Fund is donating food items and other basic supplies to the disaster victims. Malawi is in a humanitarian crisis. The country suffered one of the worst climate disasters when days of non-stop torrential rainfall triggered floods and mudslides which have killed over 400 people, damaging infrastructure, washing away crops, and displacing hundreds of thousands of people. Cyclone Freddy has affected some of the poorest communities, with most farmers losing their livestock as well as maize gardens, and bracing for probably one of the worst hunger periods this year. A few days after the disaster, some communities are coming back home, but there's no house to come back to. Cyclone Freddy has washed away thousands of houses and buried entire villages. Most displaced people are finding shelter in camps, mosques, churches, and school buildings. Malawi Relief Fund UK is accommodating some flood victims in some of its centers and supporting them with food and other basic supplies. Malawi Relief Fund is also reaching out to flood victims in other remote areas. Cyclone Freddy has damaged many roads and bridges have collapsed, making relief efforts difficult. In areas where vehicles can't pass, Malawi Relief Fund is resorting to using motorbikes to reach affected communities. Malawi is suffering a devastating humanitarian emergency, and Malawi Relief Fund UK is scaling up its humanitarian response to the crisis. Cyclone Freddy is dragging people who were already living below the poverty line further and further and further into absolute poverty.